According to their website, the Kentucky Opioid Symposium says in 2022, over 2,000 people died due to overdose, meaning a symposium like this comes at the right time.
We, as a Commonwealth, have got to recognize that we are indeed in a war against the scourge of the opioid epidemic.
Those gathered at the Central Bank Center Monday morning are fighting this so-called war that Kentuckians see far too often.
There's hardly a family anywhere in the Commonwealth that has not been touched by this deadly scourge.
A symposium like this is the first of its kind in the state. Chairman and Executive Director Brian Hubbard says the creation of it dates all the way back to 2021.
To administers funds that are coming to the state, and like many states, this commission is dedicated to resourcing grassroots community-based organizations that have been doing heroic work for a long time with meager resources.
The meeting today brings together those organizations to network, coordinate, and create a unified effort to end opioid crisis once and for all in Kentucky. Hubbard believes that with a community effort like this, success isn't too far away.
We have tremendous reason to be very encouraged and hopeful about how we are going to be able to address the challenges that face us now and in the future.
And Monday is just day one of this event. Concluding remarks and more information will come Tuesday afternoon. In Lexington, Lucy Bryson, WKYT.